Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Space to maneuver at the 40. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there, 75 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper, so they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a toss play. It's Carson. Finding room to the 20 and down to the 16-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Man, how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Carson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Davis. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Mike Davis taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Out to kick is Janikowski. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be two guys on him at just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To the air again, Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Play action. Now Wilson rolling to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They'll toss it out to Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
They run for it with Carson. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
I am shocked that they would go for it there. Talk about a gutty call. But that's all about having faith in your offensive line, and they come through there on 4th down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? A big-time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On 3rd down, that's Carson. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
We've seen this offense go for it on 4th down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. 1st down, Prescott. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. K.J. Wright in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. From the red zone now, Prescott. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I know that halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. The former Longhorn back home, Earl Thomas. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20, 10. again. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Charles, we've seen them target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Prescott looks to throw on first. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard, working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running plan first down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Prescott from the gun. And that's caught by Beasley. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with 3rd down and just a yard to go.
Hitting out a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Second down, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swaim, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Cowboys draw a bit closer. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Looking to throw, Prescott. And a little floater there is incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this third quarter. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They run again with Carson. Back now in Arlington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Gotta go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Now it's Carson. And an alley to run. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Janikowski on for the extra point. Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. Out to kick is Janikowski. That's fielded in the end zone. Spins past it. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing. Prescott steps away to his left. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to The ground. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A huge loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Well, they do get 7 yards on the carry, but they're going to need something special now. It's 3rd and forever. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. They run it with Carson, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Fourth down. Here's Wilson. Open man, it's Vanette. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
This is Carson. He will push his way down to about the 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And the Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Now the offense not going anywhere. They're staying out there. They've converted once already on this drive. Here they go again on 4th down. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Cowboys defense is going to get him the football back. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Trey Flowers picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Cooper was the target there. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Wilson wants to throw it, fighting to stay upright. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. Tyler Lockett, 43 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final.